What's up, KG3 TV? It's your girl Brittany, and I'm back today with another video. And today I'm coming to y'all. Well, this video is kind of for the men, you feel me? But it's gonna help the women as well. Today I wanted to talk to y'all. Well, first to the women. About things that we should pride ourselves in doing. And I've seen a lot that has changed in society, in the way that women are, in the way that men are with women. And what we as women, we fail to realize is that a man needs a confidant. Well, a king, let me say that. A king needs a confidant. And in order for us to reference him as a king, he has to carry himself as such. But in order for us to be his queen, we have to be able to be a confidant. And there's a lot of us that have, and I can say us because I'm speaking of women as a whole, and we're just going to walk in our truth. Some of us have been, which is a concubine. And that is basically someone who has lived with the man or has been with the man who he keeps as a secret. But a confidant is someone he runs and tells his secrets to. And I think women in today's society, we've forgot to be a confidant to our men. We want him to be everything. We want him to be a king. We want him to be this and to be that. But we lack the very thing that, the one thing that most men want. Most men don't require a lot. They really just want a confidant. And as a confidant, your man should be able to come to you about any and everything and talk to you about any and everything. And you should be like a safe pillow for him. When he's done dealing with the world on a day-to-day basis, and he's done dealing with the trials and tribulations from the world itself, because the world is hard on men. And you as a woman, you should be his safe place, like his pillow. And most men don't know that they need it, but they do. For those who are always ripping and running, and they're super busy, they need a balance. And sometimes the woman can be that for them because they don't know how to slow down. A lot of men know how to just get up and get it. But we have to pride ourselves in making sure that we're not just a concubine, somebody that can live with him, someone that he can tolerate, but yet someone who he runs to when the weight of the world is on his shoulders, and we can be that pillow for them. And I think because most of us see everybody's playing, trying not to get played, or you playing yourself, trying not to get played, because that's what's happening. You playing somebody else thinking they're playing you when you only end up playing yourself. And that's what's happening. Like, everybody's playing, trying not to get played, so no one's serious. No one is taking the other person serious. Women are becoming guarded. We're putting up a wall where men can't get to us. And we're afraid to be soft because so many people are playing, and they're living double lives, and they have this going on over here and then something else going over there. So because of it, it causes us to put up a wall or a block. And women, we have to get back to a place where we be women regardless of how men make us feel. Where we be women regardless of how they treat us, because that's who we were created to be. Like, we were predestined to be this way. And soft does not mean weak. Nor does being a confidant mean you're weak. You're just being his rod. And I think that's what we should do. Women should get back to a place where we're actually a rod for a man. And when you're a rod in his back, you hold him up, you support him, you keep him standing straight, walking straight. And for you men, you have to understand what that means. A rod is not going to allow you to be who you are. She's not going to allow you to walk around as a man, but she's going to allow you to walk. She's going to force you to be a king. She's going to force you to be who she knows who you're called to be. And a lot of you guys have to get in a place where you're receptive to that type of woman, because a lot of you think you want it, but when you get a rod, someone who's willing to push you to be better, she won't let you settle if she see you just, doing any and everything. That rod is going to hold you accountable. She's going to make sure that you stay walking straight, that your back is always up, like you're looking forward and you can see clear. Because a real woman, she's going to find a way to help you with anything that it is that you need. As I said in my last video, women, we can produce, we can make anything better. You give us groceries and we'll give you a meal. You give us a house and we'll give you a home. Give us a seed and we'll give you a son. Like, we're created to make you better. But you can't be better if you think you have it all. You can't be better if you think you know it all. And if you think that you have it, it's going to be the times where you fall flat on your face. And you really realize, like, hey, I need a ride. Like, I need it. And I know, guys, I have a lot of friends who call me. And they're just like, I wish I had a woman who would, support me, would pray for me. Help me prevent things that are to come. Because sometimes we as women, we have a gift. We're able to foresee things. We can sense things. It's a thing called our intuition. And it's a spirit of discernment. It's really strong in women. Like, sometimes we know things and we still sit back and we play as if we don't know, or we don't know any better. But we know. We were created with it. And we as women, we have to stop doubting it. When we feel it, we have to go with it. Because you wouldn't sense it or you wouldn't feel it if it wasn't so. Now, granted, some of us can be a little crazy. Sometimes we can reach a little bit. We'll see more than what it really is. But you're going to know when you're getting that constant feeling. Follow your gut. You're not feeling that way for no reason. And it's okay to be able to go to him and say, hey, well, I'm feeling this way. Or, hey, I'm not really feeling comfortable or certain in this area. Or this makes me uncomfortable. It's okay to go to him and be able to say that. And, guys, you have to be able to be the type of man who will sit down and listen. A lot of you lose your women only because you do not listen to them. You think that you're pleasing them because she's not saying a lot. And some women have learned to be silent just for the sake of keeping down arguments. But when you're in a relationship and you both love each other and you want to be better, there's no reason why either side should be silent. You should be able to voice how you're feeling. If it's something that one is lacking on, you should be able to verbally communicate that to one another versus going and doing it with someone else. Because granted, if she's not happy, it's going to show sooner or later. And we're good at suppressing. And what most guys forget or do not realize is just because you have her now, don't mean you'll have her forever. Even if you know things are not right and she's still staying there, but you stepped outside or you've done whatever, don't think that you'll have that woman forever. Because one thing about us that y'all do not realize is that we mentally leave before we physically leave. And a lot of times when we're staying and we're planted in that place or that relationship with you, it's because we're mentally preparing ourselves for what's to come. We're mentally preparing ourselves for what's about to happen. How we're going to move and how we're going to maneuver. Most of us leave mentally. Well, a lot of us, majority of us, we leave mentally before we do physically. We're sitting back and sometimes we stay. It doesn't necessarily mean we're mentally preparing to leave. Sometimes we're sitting there and we're trying to find ways of how to fix it. And we tend to blame ourselves. We tend to point the finger at ourselves and think that we're the issue. We try to find out what's wrong with us because we can't verbally communicate to you how we feel. But what we're doing is we're sitting back mentally getting ourselves prepared for leaving. And we can stay because sometimes we have more hope in our relationships. We see more in our men than they can see in us. But we're sitting back and we're preparing ourselves. So before you've even lost her, you've lost her. Like, she's gone before you even know she's gone. And you have to be able to pay attention to that. Be attentive to your woman. Be attentive to her needs when she's verbally communicating things to you. Even when she's not verbally saying anything. And you start to notice, well, hey, you walk in and she used to greet you with a kiss, or she used to greet you with a, hey, baby, how you doing? How's your day? And then that stops. Or she used to, stop what she's doing. She gets off the phone when you call now. She's not so eager to talk to you on the phone. She's rushing you off, and y'all used to have a contest on who's going to hang up first. When you start to see those patterns, that means she's slowly slipping away. And it's up to you guys to be able to communicate that. I have had so many situations where married people, and I don't know why you guys trust me to give you advice. I'm glad that you do, but I've had so many married couples. The husband is writing me. He's trying to get at me or trying to talk to me because he's not happy, and he's communicating to me what's wrong in his marriage, while his wife is writing me a message and she's sending me a message on, hey, what happened? How did you deal with this in your marriage? How can I fix this? Do you think it's me? Is it some way I can communicate that to my husband? That's where y'all gotta stop, because I've seen it happen so many times. I've experienced it today where a guy has been constantly at me and married, and I've constantly been telling him, like, I cannot do that. I will not do that. And you shouldn't be verbally communicating to me what's wrong in your marriage. That's what your wife is for. And then the wife is reaching out to me and she's contacting me on ways to fix it. Y'all put us in very bad situations, like really, really tough situations. And I want to just tell her, like, baby, just let it go, because he's on a whole nother page. But you can't say that. Like, I would never tell anyone to leave their spouse or their husband. But that's where the communication is so important. You have to be able to communicate. And men, you have to be able to be the type of guy who can listen to your woman. A lot of you lose her because you won't listen. Just listen, because we're going to tell you everything we need, whether we physically say it or whether we verbally say it. We're going to show you, or we're going to be able to, we're going to show you exactly, pretty much we'll show you. We're going to show you. I was going to say something else, but we'll show you. You can tell by our behavior. You can tell exactly what you need to fix, what needs work. And when we become silent, that's when you should worry, because a lot of times we communicate how we feel before we even leave. And we'll mentally stay there. We'll stay there. And then we'll leave mentally and still be physically there. And then before you know it, we're gone physically. And you're like, well, what happened? And all it takes is a little bit of communication. I've been in relationships before where we couldn't talk at all. And now we have the best communication skills ever. Like, we could talk about any and everything because it's a level of comfort. So find that comfort in your relationship with your partner, with your confidant, where he or she feels comfortable talking to you at all times about anything. At all times, because if she does not talk to you, she's going to talk to someone. And the last thing you want to do is put her in a place where she has to go and vent to someone else about you. If she needs to talk to you about who else can she come to? Who else can give her better advice on you and why you are the way you are rather than you? No one knows you better than you. So guys, be more open to listening. Women, don't forget to be the confidant. Don't forget to make yourself available to your men as well, so that they can come to you and tell you what they're experiencing, what they're going through. And make sure I want us women to get back to a place where we're confidants rather than concubines. Like, it's okay. And if you've been a concubine before, we all have. Let's just walk in our truth. Most of us have. You don't have to be that. Just because you were that before, you do not have to continue to walk that way. You don't have to continue to do that. And even if at that point you settle for it because you felt like that was all you deserved, then hey, stick to what you feel works for you. But don't get upset when that's all he treats you as, or that's all he gives you. It's the same thing he would give a concubine. Make him treat you the way that you deserve. A lot of men don't know how to love until you show them. It's okay to teach them sometimes. Now, don't teach them everything. But sometimes they've never been loved the right way, so they don't know how to love you the right way. So, y'all, let's get back to loving the right way. Let's get back to communicating the right way. Let's work on building healthy relationships. Let's work on these communication skills so that we can have more successful marriages than we do divorces. More relationships that are an example to our younger people. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to being whole people. And I know this video is a little long. I'm rambling a little bit, so I'm going to let y'all go. But I just wanted to drop that on y'all for a second. And if you don't do anything else, as I always say, keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. And I'm out.